my first time being at a Clef event. I'm very excited, and I'm not 100% sure why I'm here. The chief of police told me this was a good way to work off community service hours. I think that's the reason. So anyway, if you see me picking up plates later too, just that's part of the deal. I'm going to clean up as well. Let's also talk about this. This is a place where we want to clap a lot, and that's for our sponsors. We had a lot of wonderful sponsors come out and support us here. If you could do this for me and clap for a few of these folks, as we mentioned, we're not going to get a chance to mention all of them. They are in your program. So later on in the privacy of your own home, you're welcome to clap at your program for the ones that we don't talk to. But let's talk about the ones who were in the 4 to 5 digit sponsorship space. First of all, and I'll read a few at a time, and you just clap for them as you hear them. Let's say thank you to South Valley Internet, Le Pooch Grooming, and Layout Vineyards very quickly. Can you say thank you to them? They were in-kind sponsors. Also, we really need to say thank you to this great raffle, which sold out in a second. We want to say thank you to Jewel Box for donating these earrings. That's huge. Who got more than one key? Who got more than 5 keys? Okay, all right. So the odds are good, everybody. The odds are good. You're going to be, one lady bought more than 5 keys. Did you buy 95 keys? She wants to win really bad. Say thank you to the following companies as well for me. Green Waste, Dolphin Enterprise Solutions, Recology, Tenkati, and Johnson Lumber Ace Hardware. Can you say thank you to them? And Finally, we want to say thank you to Pinnacle Bank, TerraSat Communications, and the Ford store in Morgan Hill. Can you say thank you? That's very exciting. All right, well listen, we've got a lot of business too that we're going to do today, and a couple things for you, just a couple items of business. The silent auction is going to go for a while, so you've got time. Okay, now while there's people speaking and you get to hear an introduction to our honoree tonight, we want to keep those people, ourselves focused on them. You're going to have plenty of time to get back to the tables and find out if you've won or if somebody's taking your stuff. Okay, so you're going to have time. We're going to close the auction about 10 minutes after the program, so you'll have plenty of time to get back there, throw elbows, and get back there to find out whether or not you're the winner. Okay. Also, later on, we've got live auction items. There's 3 of them that are announced, which means right here in the middle of this floor, I'm going to stand, we're going to call out live auction. You're going to throw your hands up and say, I want to bid, and we're going to get lots and lots of money for the foundation. There is one item that has yet to be announced that is a surprise that I promise you is going to be very exciting. I can't wait to tell you what it is. It's the whole reason I'm here. It's a very exciting live auction, so stick around for all of those things. You will find it to be very worthwhile. Now, we're going to get right into the program, but a couple other things. If you'd like to be kept abreast of what's going on with Clef or the Morgan Hill Police Department, please find a board member or sign up your email address so they can give you updates. You'll get those frequently, but if you want to get more updated, just let us know. Get us your email address and we'll take care of you. Also, if by some reason this night goes by and you haven't spent any money, okay? Heaven forbid, okay? Of all things that could happen, if that horrible thing happens and you haven't had a chance to give us any money, there's envelopes on your table. Those envelopes they have no respect for a type of finance that you want to provide. We'll take a cash, checks, credit card. We'll take deeds to your home, equity line coupons. Children are, no, give or take. But we want to get whatever you've got so we can continue to line the coffers and do such great things for a community law enforcement foundation. So, with that in mind, let me do this. I want to hear you make some great noise for somebody who, I haven't known Sharon for a very long time, but I got to tell you, I haven't met somebody in this type of a space before whose heart is as pure as hers is and is passionate for what she does. Will you join me in welcoming Sharon Daniel, President of Clef Show?
Hi everyone, I hope you're having a great time tonight. We all came out here for a great cause in our community, and I want to thank every single one of you for attending the event, for donating for our auctions, for sponsoring the Cops and Robbers Ball. It's you that make it happen. We're just a vehicle. We'd be nothing without all of you here with us tonight. We've actually sold out the event. We have over 200 attendees tonight. So thank you. The silent auction donations that have come in have exceeded $18,000 in donations. We're still calculating the sponsorships. We got 2 new ones this week and they're still coming in. If it's anything like last year, we were still getting sponsors a month after the event when we couldn't even publicize once the word got out on how well we had done. And most importantly, I would like to thank the Morgan Hill PD because without all of you, we wouldn't be here. So thank you again. There's one thing that I'd like to remind everybody of, and if you're not aware, there's something called National Police Officers Week. This year it happens to take place from May 11th through May 17th. And it's done in Washington, D.C., and then throughout the nation to honor those law enforcement officers that have given the ultimate sacrifice and to thank those that protect our streets every day. So during the 11th through the 17th and all year long, please, if you see an officer, thank them for what they do, give them a smile, give them a wave, give them a thumbs up, but say thank you for what they do. You already know what CLEP is. There may be some people here tonight that are here to support the PD that haven't heard of CLEP, so I'll give you a quick synopsis. The foundation was founded in 2006. We're currently made up of 8 board members. It's an all-volunteer board. So everybody has full-time jobs, and this is their second full-time job. There's a list of achievements of what we've done since 2006 in your program. I'm not going to go over all of them, but please take a look and just see where your money goes and what we've been able to do for the community through your dollars. As of today, before any funds for this event, we have donated over $150,000 to the City of Morgan Hill to fund technology, training, and programs for the Morgan Hill Police Department. That has come through the last 2 Cops and Robbers balls. So it took a while to get us going. We did some good things in the early years, but we're rocking and rolling now. One thing that we are working toward with this event this year is to fund an AED program, and those are defibrillators that will go in every single patrol car to help assist the fire department when the police department responds and gets to a situation before the fire department, whether it be an accident scene or they just get there quicker because they're right around the corner when the call comes in. But those minutes can make a difference to save a life. And so we've taken that as our main goal for this event. We need to raise over $30,000 to make that happen. So we're looking for everyone's assistance, and we think we can pull it off with this event without a problem, thanks to all of you. And at this point, I would like to make an introduction for our latest purchase for the police department and introduce to you Officer Fierro and K9 Sony. He's used to dealing with the bad guys. At this point, I'd like to invite Chief Swing to come up and give a little overview of what the K9 program entails and turn it over to him.
Thank you, Sharon. So our K9 program has been restarted just recently. Officer Fierro and Sony recently completed the 1-month school required for the K9 program. I understand they did quite well, top of the class from what I hear. I'm not surprised. based on what I've heard from Sony and his play drive, and Officer Fierro and his level of productivity and professionalism already shown in our department. To commit to being a canine officer is truly to commit to a lifestyle, and I'm sure that Officer Fierro's wife would agree with that statement. Because the dog lives with the family and becomes truly a part of the family. We chose Officer Fierro as a very competitive testing process. He certainly rose to the top of that testing. And he went and chose Sony because Sony is matched to him in personality and drive, and is truly a great fit. And so we are grateful, completely grateful to Clef, to the community, for the ability to restart our healing program and to add Sony to our department. Sony has already made a difference. Just last Friday, he was involved in helping to apprehend a couple of individuals who had committed a serious assault at one of our local establishments here. Although he didn't have to actually personally apprehend them in the way that canines do, but he was there present and was barking and was showing his presence so that they would comply with the officers on scene and made for a much more peaceful resolution. And just last night, as I understand, he helped out the sheriff's office with a track of another suspect. So in the 2 short weeks that he has been a part of our team, he's already been deployed twice and already made a difference in public safety here in Morgan Hill. So, thank you. Hopefully next month, if not shortly thereafter, he will attend drug school to become a narcotic detection dog. Our prior canine was also cross-trained. One of the apprehensions he made was a $40,000 seizure of cash hidden inside a vehicle. The dog actually hit on the cash inside a concealed compartment. So just in that seizure, the dog obviously paid for himself. So we are excited with Sony's play drive and with your proactive policing style, Santiago. We're excited to send Sony to that school and continue in that great tradition. So thank you very much. Thank you for being here. The floor is a little bit unique for him. He's not used to walking on hardwoods. He doesn't have to walk into many homes that have hardwood floors. So it's a little bit unique. That's one training surface they don't train on in the canine school. What a great night. Just the energy in this room is amazing, and it's so great to be here. Thank you all for helping our Law Enforcement Foundation provide the tools and equipment and training, as Sharon mentioned. To our Clef board members and our Cops and Robbers committee members, thank you for giving of yourselves and your time to help our committee and to move us forward. And of course to Sharon, as everyone on our committee knows, Sharon does a lot, most, if not all, but most of the heavy lifting. And truly it is without any hesitation at all that we recognize Sharon for her work as the president this year and as the chair of this event. So Sharon, I don't see you out there by doing something, but thank you. Thank you very much. I deeply appreciate it. What I want to bring up is 42%. And my team knows what 42% means, but I don't think many people in this room do. Every year as chiefs, we gather a lot of data, put it all together, and we come up with different stats. 42% is one of those stats. And what it means is 42% of the cases that we take at Morgan Hill end with an arrest. That ends with an offender held accountable, and more importantly, a victim who sees justice for the crime that was committed. Now, why is that important? It's important because for the last 2 years, that is the highest number in Santa Clara County. So the men and women, and I noticed that Jennifer Ponce and Margaret Balogso didn't stand up either. I just caught you guys. Okay, you are professional staff. So to the men and women of the Morgan Hill Police Department, my sincere appreciation, and more important, their communities' sincere appreciation for the work that you do and that we do together day in, day out. Thank you very much. So what is CLEF? CLEF provides the essential tools and equipment that are not part of our general operating budget that help us do our jobs more effectively. There's a list in there that includes license plate readers, medical bags, you met Sony, our new canine. Those are all pieces of equipment, if you would, just from a nuts and bolts standpoint, but more importantly than that, they are items that help us do our job more effectively. And it is through events like tonight that the CLEF is able to provide those items to the police department. As Sharon mentioned, going forward, we look to provide AEDs for all of our patrol vehicles. We all know someone or have heard of someone who has suffered a significant cardiac event, and it is our goal by having those AEDs in our police cars that we're able to make a difference in someone's life. And we know that that's just a matter of time, and having that tool will allow us to do that. One of the unique things that happened this year is we created a partnership with a local company. That local company is here today as a sponsor in Tenkate. And I learned through my role in the police department that Tenkate has provided military ballistic protection overseas for the last, I'm going to say, more than 5, probably close to 10 years by now. They've helped keep our soldiers, men and women overseas, safe. I met with their executive team recently. We realized there was an opportunity to partner to create that same level of protection for law enforcement. And it was at a meeting like that in their offices, one of their executives said, "There's no reason why our department shouldn't have the best protection out there." I love that sense of ownership. They saw it as their department, as their member of our community. And so now we're working with them to design and create ballistic panels that will hopefully someday soon protect our officers in the event that they're needed by lining the fronts of our patrol cars. So that's just an example of how CLEF can help out, also with partnership from the local community members. So Tenkate and CLEF partner together will help keep our officers safe. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So before we talk about Stuart Scott, I noticed back in the back there were 2 items, a police car and a fire truck. Is it a truck or an engine, Derek? I think it's a truck, but maybe it's an engine. Okay, Councilmember Constantine, you agree with that? It's an engine?
It has a ladder, it's a truck.
Okay. The only thing I hope out of tonight, well, I hope for many things. One of the things I hope for out of tonight is that the police car earns more money than the fire truck. We don't have a council office after all. Enough said. We're here tonight to honor Deputy DA Stuart Scott. I've known Stuart for some time. I can't go back to the years. I was a sergeant in special operations when he prosecuted a homicide case. It was a gang homicide that we had here in town behind Safeway. Maybe some of you recall that. It was through that experience that I learned and saw firsthand what an exemplary litigator, a tenacious prosecutor, and someone who seeks justice for victims who are unable to seek it themselves. So I was truly honored when CLEF chose to recognize Stuart as this year's Public Safety Award honoree. Throughout Deputy DA Scott's varied career, again 21 years in the DA's office, he's prosecuted gang offenders, sexual assault suspects, and child predators. And we know that that has made a difference in our community, primarily focused here in South County. So Stuart, can I have you come on up, please, and accept the award? So there's quite a bit of hardware up here. There's a recognition from Assemblymember Alejo and Senator Monty, a recognition from Mayor Tate and the council, and of course from Supervisor Wasserman, and also from our CLEF Association, or CLEF Foundation. And I'll just read the CLEF one to you. This award is given in appreciation of your outstanding dedication in support of the Morgan Hill Police Department and your commitment towards improving public safety in the Morgan Hill community. And so Stuart, it's my privilege and my honor to recognize you here tonight.
Thank you, Dave. That case that Dave just talked about, that case wasn't won. We didn't lock up a gang murder because of me. We did it because of the police work in Morgan Hill PD. Primarily in that case, well, Mindy Zinn's here as well, and she was she was a gang expert in that case, did a great job. But it was the work of Dave, who was the IO in that case. He did a great job. In South County, I prosecute a lot of cases in Gilroy, a lot of cases in Morgan Hill, but I also, throughout my career, have been in San Jose and bigger parts of the county. It's different down here, and we're lucky that it's different down here. And what I mean by that is, we have police departments that are small enough to get the job done. Get the job done in the primary investigation, get the job done in the follow-up investigation. In my opinion, at a higher level than San Jose or some of the bigger cities to the north. Now, police work is the hardest job in the world. It's harder than the job I do. It's harder than any job I'm aware of. So I'm not trying to be critical of anybody north, but it's just special that we have these people down here that are able to take care of what's the most important thing for us and our families. Because really, where does it all start? Where does it all start in our community? It starts with getting our kids to school safely, sending them to schools where they can be safe, making sure your car is going to be in the driveway where you left it there the night before, right? When you go on vacation, your home's not burglarized, right? That's where it all starts, in the ability to raise families in communities like this. I'm humbled by the attention I've gotten this year throughout this whole process. I'm humbled by this award especially, because I look out this room and I see a lot of detectives and a lot of police officers that I've worked with throughout the years. And it means so much to me that they think so much of me. Because you know what? I've had a lot of recognition this year, and that's great. And my children at home have seen that and have seen me on television sometimes. They've read about stuff in the papers and come here tonight. And, my 9-year-old daughter asked me, Dad, are you a hero? And, and I just have to say no, but I work with them every day. And most of them, and a lot of them, are members of the Morgan Hill Police Department. So I want to thank Dave, and I want to thank Sharon. I want to thank this foundation for all the support they give to make Morgan Hill and South County the place and quality of life that we all enjoy. So thanks again. Thank you so much for this.
How about one more round of applause for Sharon, for police